So I wanted to update everybody on what's been happening to me. So uh, first of all, yeah, let me go ahead and start with that. Um, Last Saturday, today is right now what, Friday? Last Saturday, I was at the church getting ready for morning prayer, and I had uh, the entire night before I'd been feeling um, like cramps in my abdomen and things like that, and I was like, okay, well, I'll get it checked, sometime next week. But it kept persisting, and when I was still at the church, it was still painful, incredibly painful. I was doubling over and everything. So one of the people who usually comes for morning prayer, I called her and asked if she could take me to the hospital. So we went to the emergency room, and my first thought was, well, this is appendicitis. Um, so this is Saturday of last week, and so I'm in the emergency room, and they decide to do a CAT scan or CT scan or whatever it's called, and they find a something in my. I'll try to be not try to be too detailed, but in my bladder, um, specifically my bladder, not my prostate. So they schedule a um, a surgery, and that was on Sunday that the surgery had. So last Sunday, so I was not able to celebrate Holy Communion with my church, which was very sad to me. But obviously they understood. I sent information out to the leaders. One of my leaders uh, was there, but although we missed each other, I was in surgery when he came and all that. But anyway, um, so the doctor ended up doing surgery on my bladder. Won't go into the details on that because that's yeah. Thankfully, I was under for the whole thing. But uh, the good news is that uh, the tumor, it was a tumor, ended up getting, according to the doctor, he said he's confident he got everything out of the bladder. There's nothing in there anymore. His concern, though, was that uh, it was blocking one of my kidneys, which is where the pain came from, and because the urine was, I guess, stuck in that kidney because it couldn't because it was blocked, right? So he is going to. I'm going to have another meeting with or appointment with him uh, this upcoming week. I think Tuesday or Monday, and I will be talking with him, and we'll figure out what to go from there. They still don't know, or at least I haven't gotten information yet on whether or not the tumor was malignant. Although just looking at sort of the the facts on the ground, it seems very obviously it was. Um, Thankfully, it was all on the edge, uh, not into the bladder itself. So I don't have to, as far as I know yet, at least, like get my bladder removed. I mean, he said all of it's gone, so it's all gone from the bladder itself. The question is now to check whether it has spread to other parts, right? Um, so I, thankfully, that's all the really good news. That as far as we know, it's all gone, kind of thing. Although he still has to check the kidneys and stuff. Um, I've been doing a lot of research because we don't have a history of cancer much in my family. Um, so I don't know. We'll see. It can go through the bloodstream to other places in the body and just sort of randomly appear in other places, which is really scary. Uh, so my hope is that obviously it hasn't done anything like that. Um, right now, I am. We had to cancel the Wednesday service and daily prayer. Uh, I have not been able to do at the church, unfortunately. Um, I feel better, like fine minus one thing, and I'm trying not to be too detailed on this, but I have a catheter, uh, and that's one of the most uncomfortable things I've ever had in my life. I'm hopefully going to get it out at the earliest next week. I've had it this entire week, and he said up to 2 weeks I'll have it, so that's fun. I've had some oxycodone as well. No, I've only done it once. I really needed it yesterday, and so yes, I'm very careful with that sort of stuff. I've never really done opioids before, whether licitly or illicitly. I've never done it before, and it really wasn't like it got rid of the pain. That was good, but I didn't feel whatever. But not. I mean, of course, I'm being very careful. So anyway, um, yeah. So I've got an appointment next week. I will be celebrating Holy Communion at my church this Sunday. I insist on it. I am probably not going to sit down the entire time at all. I'll just be standing. I will definitely not be genuflecting at all. Um, I will do a solemn bow instead. Um, but yeah, so that's the update. I figured I should give an update on all of this. Just keep me in prayer. I uh, it's a complete, like, this came out of nowhere to me. I'm in my 30s. I'm not like a heavy smoker. I very rarely smoke. Um, and so, like, this just comes out of left field. Uh, yeah. So, uh, thank you so much for all of your prayers. Those who've known about this, who've heard through whether it's Twitter or X or whatever it's called, or just texting me or messaging me. Really appreciate your prayers. Uh, I I don't think, like, just my limited research, this seems to be sort of like one of the better possible scenarios. It seems like, just given what I've been told by the doctor and everything, that this is a very sort of, if it's cancerous, um, it's basically just gotten on the sort of, it didn't go into the bladder, like into the wall of the bladder or things like that. It didn't spread beyond the bladder as far as we know yet, although obviously checking to see if it went into the kidney or not. And I've not been having like pains in the kidney. The only time I did was when it was blocked, right? So I haven't had those sorts of pains, um, which I would imagine I would if I if it had grown in the kidney, right? Um, so yeah, let me see what else. Hey Zach, don't go down any rabbit holes. Only leads to catastrophizing. Catastrophizing. Well, I guess you mean like sort of studying up on this and sort of, yeah. I'm trying to be. I'm keeping a level head. I think. You know. Um, it is what it is. I need to shave. I shaved a few days ago because I'm trying to maintain this whole thing. But yeah. Anyway, my brother is coming. He's flying up here from Florida, which is wonderful. So he and I are going to hang out. Um, it'll be fun hanging out with the equipment I've got. But my mother's been supportive. She lives in this area. She's been helping me out. My family, extended family, have been all wonderful, and my church family has just been amazing. They've really shown that they care for me, and my bishop has been much better than my previous bishop. One of the worst men possible was my previous bishop, but we'll not get into that. This my current bishop has just been absolutely wonderful. So he's been really helpful in all of this as well. Um, let's see. I don't want to just keep rambling. If you have any questions, like, you can ask, I guess. Thank you so much for the prayers, Jabal and Slisk as well. Um, yeah, just keep me in prayer, and I will try to give updates. I think on Monday is the appointments. I know one. I have two on next week. One is on Monday. I think the next one is on Tuesday after that as well. Well, I guess that's about it. I hope you're all having a wonderful day, and God bless you. Now, how do I put this?